Hello there, it's Sarah from Paper Lovely. Thanks for joining me today. I'm back with part 2 of my 10 cards 1 kit using the Simon Says Stamp July 2018 card kit. If you haven't seen the first 5 cards, make sure you check out my previous video so you can take a look at those. So for card number 6, I decided I was going to create a calendar card. I had all of these mini stickers that were the perfect size for this. What I did is I went to my Cricut and just created my grid. You could easily do this without a Cricut. I think the squares ended up measuring roughly 3/4 of an inch, but you just need to create an equal grid, 7 across and 5 down to fit your days of the week and then all of the days of the month. And then here at the bottom, I did create a separate little tab where I wrote out the month July, and I did that separately so if I wanted to make this again, I could easily switch out the date and I wouldn't have to change too many things around. So there you'll also see I made a very tiny red circle out of some cardstock, and I'm adding some multi-matte medium behind that. I went ahead and placed this on the 23rd just because I liked the look of it with the layout, but I thought this would be really cute to do for a thank you card, maybe for a birthday gift that someone gave you, or if you just had an extra special event that you went to or a trip that you went on and you wanted to say thank you for, you could put that circle around whichever date you wanted to highlight. So next here I'm going to just fill in my calendar and make it look like it's nice and full. I had a couple coffee dates that I had written in there, and I added the drinks next to those. And then for the vacation at the bottom, I added some suitcases, and I'll go back to that later and also add some of the cacti. And then I'll just fill in here and there using some of the other icons, some flowers, and some birds. And then here for the inside, I grabbed that sticker that read, "You made my day," and I thought that went perfect with the calendar outside. And that will complete card number 6. Here for card number 7, I'm working on the inside of a card, and I ended up liking the inside better than the outside. So eventually you'll see me cut this in half, and I'm going to use this as a card front. That's why it looks kind of funny right now. So I'm stamping out the sentiment, "You bring the sunshine," using a VersaFine Onyx Black ink. And I'm stamping that on some MFT Blue Raspberry cardstock. Here you'll see I did use a 1-inch circle cutter to create a sun. I thought I might have that peeking out behind the clouds. I do eventually take that away as I'm working here. So towards the bottom there, I've got some clouds that I cut out of some Nina cardstock using my Lawn Fawn Puffy Cloud Border die. And there you saw I just placed that rainbow behind it. I also grabbed this Foreshore holographic sticker. I'm going to add that to the bottom of the stamp sentiment there. And then I'm going to grab some Scor-Tape and I will use that to attach the clouds to the bottom border there. So as I mentioned, this was originally going to be the inside of another card, and I just decided I liked the inside so much better than the front I had already created. So there you see I'm trimming off the excess, and here I'm going to trim this down to 4 by 5 1/4. And then I went ahead and popped that up using some Scotch foam tape, and I'm going to place that down on top of an MFT After Midnight card base. For the inside, I'm working on a Nina panel trimmed to 4x5 1/4. I'm going to play with some more of these rainbow stickers. So I'm going to place 3 of those across the bottom of my panel. And I'm just using that grid for my Misty there to make sure I keep those nice and straight. And then I'll grab 2 of the holographic hearts and I'm going to place those in between 3 of the rainbows that will go across the bottom. The spacing was a little tricky here. I ended up moving the heart over just slightly. I wanted to have those rainbows go off of either edge so it looked a little more continuous. Then you'll see in the stickers above there, I saw this wonderful sticker and I thought that that font matched the font from this stamp set almost perfectly. So I pulled that off and I'm going to place that off to the side just above the stripe that I created there. Next, I'll go ahead and place this on the inside of my card base. And then I felt like it needed a little something more. I really wanted it to say "You are wonderful" or "You're wonderful." So I went to my Tim Holtz Tiny Talk stickers and found a phrase that had "You are" in front of it. So I just trimmed that off and I'm going to place that down above there so it will read "You are wonderful." And that will complete card number 7. For card number 8, I'm working with these cacti stickers and I've just placed those down on some Nina Desert Storm. I'm going to fussy cut those out, but I am going to leave them with a border around them. I trimmed right along that clear border so there will be a little bit of the Nina around all of their edges. And then you'll see up there I have gone ahead and taken this wooden panel pattern paper and trimmed that down to 4x5 1/4. I decided I wanted to emboss to add a little bit more of that gold since there was a little bit of the holographic golds on 3 of these stickers. So I took the Sentiment Stuck on You and I'm just placing that down there. I'm going to stamp that out using Versamark ink and then I will go ahead and heat emboss that using my gold Recollections powder. Then here I've got all of my cacti. I'm just going to lay those out till I find something that I like. And I'm going to place the 2 in the center down using my Nuvo glue so they'll be flat on the paper. And then that smaller one and the pink one on either end I'm going to pop up using some foam tape. I recently found that Amazon has Scotch foam tape that is 1/8 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch thick instead of the 1/2 inch, and I'm absolutely loving not having to trim down the larger version into the 1/8 of an inch wide. This is super handy to have. For the inside, again, I went back to my Cricut and I just used that to create a panel that was 4 by 5.25, and I wrote out the phrase, "You're succulent." I used the font called Rumors, and the marker color is Candy Crystal. And there you saw I just added one of the leftover cactus stickers there, and I placed that down using my ATG gun. And that will complete card number 8. So here for card number 9, I'm going to actually create a watermelon card base. I'm working here on a card base made from MFT's Field Day, and I've got a stripe here of Limelight that I'm going to attach using some Scor-Tape. And then I have a piece of a doll pink card base that I had made from the cardstock that came in the kit. So I'm going to place down this Limelight cardstock, and then I'll go ahead and add a bunch of Scor-Tape to the top portion of my card base. And then I'll go ahead and lay down that remainder of the doll pink card base on top, and that'll create my watermelon base. So I'll go ahead and trim off the excess there, and then I'm going to take that to my Misty, and I'm going to stamp the sentiment, "You're one in a melon." Again, I'm using my Versamark VersaFine Black Onyx ink. Then I decided I wanted to create some seeds. So originally I had planned on cutting apart one of the hearts that came in the stamp set. And then when I turned it over, I thought it's really narrow and it kind of reminds me of an upside down watermelon seed. So why not go ahead and use just the heart for the seed instead of trimming it down? So that's what I ended up doing. And I'm just gonna place these, I think I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 of them. I always try to keep an odd number when I'm adding things like this. So I just went ahead and I tried to do it somewhat in a circular pattern, so it looks like this was just a chunk, you know, taken out of a slice of the watermelon. Then here I've got some watermelon stickers. I'm going to place those on some scrap white cardstock, and I'll again go ahead and trim those out, leaving the white border around them. I have an extra strip of this Limelight cardstock. I'm going to place that across the inside of my card base. And then I'm going to place down 2 of the watermelon stickers using my Nuvo glue. For a final touch then on the outside, I'm going to add a little bit of glossy accents to each of those seeds to give them a little bit of shimmer, and that will complete card number 9. For card number 10, I'm going to use these gorgeous butterfly stickers, and I'm just working directly on a white card base. I grabbed the sentiment sticker that says hello, and I'm going to just use my ruler there. I'll place that in the upper middle of the card base. And then I had also pulled out that separate sticker that says sunshine, so I thought I'd add that to create the hello sunshine greeting. I'm just going to place that directly on top of the hello. And then I'm going to take these butterflies and I'm just going to randomly place them down. I'm having some hang off the edges, some are facing forward or upward, and some are facing down. Just trying to make as random of a pattern as I possibly can. Next, I'll go ahead and just trim off any of the edges that are sticking over. And for the inside, I'm going to go with that matching sentiment that reads, "You are beautiful." And that will complete card number 10. Here is a quick look back at the cards from today. You'll find additional photos as well as a full list of supplies at my blog post, linked in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, please leave me a comment or a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.